Not enough to pay for the accumulated neglect of the last 20 years, let's say. That's where the gas tax proposal, increase proposal comes from. And we got to 19 by making the following choices. And I'll just lay these out and then I'll stop and we can have some conversation. 4 cents stabilizes the turnpike. It avoids this big hike that's been proposed by the Turnpike Authority and puts us on a more stable basis. It doesn't mean there won't ever be turnpike toll increases again, but it makes them more gradual. 6 cents stabilizes the T and commuter rail. In the absence of some stability, financial stability in the T and commuter rail, then fares will go up and service will go down as early as this year. So that's 6 cents. Another 6 cents really is dedicated to projects outside of Greater Boston that are enormously important for economic development and for quality of life. The regional transit authorities, which are consistently uncertain financial footing. Regional road projects, regional rail projects, and I can give you some examples if you like. 2 cents is to begin to end this process of this business of having employees on the capital budget and moving them back onto the payroll. It doesn't do it all. Doing it all would require 6 cents. But again, this is in the nature of choices made. So we get started anyway. And then the last penny is to give us some revenue to experiment with technologies or other solutions that we will need for when the gas tax starts to decline. By the way, we looked at whether it was possible to make the thing work so that the gas tax would ease off if prices spiked like they did last summer. And the bondholders, it's a problem basically because the bondholders are saying they want a stable and predictable revenue stream in order not to downgrade the bonds. So we haven't been able to solve that problem yet. I'm open to the question of phasing it in. I mean, that'll be a part of the negotiation, but it's still all about choices, right? Mm-hmm. So if we decide, let's say I don't know what the magic number would be, but let's say that the price of gasoline goes up to whatever that magic number is, and we have implemented half of the proposed gas tax, and then we say, it's an even worse time. So let's not do the other half. We're still making choices, and we have to be as clear about those choices as possible. We are still choosing not to do things. We are just beginning to engage with the legislature, and what we have been asked is to consider all kinds of ways of getting this done. That particular idea actually came up in one of these forums before, and it was an interesting idea. And I saw that New Hampshire just voted yesterday, in their House to phase in their new 15-cent increase in the gas tax. So I was just interested in how people reacted. I'm not signaling anything. This is, if you think about every crisis having opportunity in it, the opportunity to get at some of these things that people don't like to talk about under normal circumstances, like pension reform, is huge, and we have to seize that opportunity. I mean, I've only been at this job 2 years, but I can tell you that in our administration, there are people sitting around eating bonbons, dreaming up projects out of thin air. We are trying to respond to what we are hearing from the public about the services they say they want. I don't know about you, but I suspect you are not so different from others in this room and elsewhere in the Commonwealth who would rather not have to replace a dented rim or busted tire because you keep driving through potholes, who would like to feel like you are safe when you go across the bridge, who would like to have some convenience in mass transit. And people want the services, and they have expectations of the services. And I'm not making up the bills. Most of these bills I didn't run up, thank you very much. But we are stuck now with paying for it. All of us are stuck with paying for it. And we're going to have to, if it's not this, it's going to have to be something else, or, I want to be clear about this, a choice to have it as raggedy as it is. Now, if you think it's just a matter of convenience, and I think it is a matter of convenience and quality of life, let me also tell you it does bear on our economic prospects. But I can't get at some of those problems, some of those issues, and some of those solves without real reform in transportation of the kind we have proposed, and without some additional revenue. So I'm putting it out there. I ask you to think about it, reflect on it. Even you, Eric, I ask you to keep an open mind, and I appreciate everybody coming out.